Andrew, so how do I get like a six-pack quick? What's the fastest way to get a six-pack?
Why does it have to be quick? Why does it have to be easy? Why do you think life is all quick and easy? Why can't it be hard and difficult? Why can't you suffer? Because suffering is what gives it value. If everyone had a six-pack and it was quick and easy, then it wouldn't be valuable, would it? If everyone walked around with a six-pack and they got it easily, then no one would give a shit. The whole point is that it's difficult to get.
What's up, motherfuckers? I got a guy fishing, like, to the left of me. Is it to the left of me? Yeah, to the left of me, just grilling me right now. So funny. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for stopping by. If you don't know who I am and you just like stumbled across this video, this is your boy Serge Roy. Welcome to Maison des Rois, or I should say, bonjour, je m'appelle Serge Roy, and bienvenue à la Maison des Rois. Basically, this YouTube channel is about a, cisgender Franco-Haitian American perspective on the current signs and times, right? Topic number one, and you might be wondering why I put that Andrew Tate video in the beginning, but what I wanted to talk about primarily is, why do you want it easy? Why do you want your goals to be easy? Let's talk about that. So I remember growing up as a kid, I was broke as shit. I had two brothers, my brother Didier, my brother Jerry. Growing up, especially as Haitian immigrant children, it was, I wouldn't say it was rough, but it definitely wasn't the typical American experience, right? So a lot of my background was predominantly about a lot of struggle, a lot of just the hustle and trying to get it going. But unfortunately, throughout my childhood, those were the lessons I had to learn first prior to learning anything else. So as I grew up, I started to realize, life is definitely difficult. It definitely has its challenges, and this isn't to discount anyone. But at the end of the day, you really can't have that much sympathy for yourself, right? There is no easy route in life per se. So to want and expect your things to be easy, it's just not likely. And I don't say that from a perspective of like, oh, once I understood how hard life was from being, poor or having to work hard to achieve like good grades or whatever the case may be, that doesn't necessarily say that I'm discounting other people's struggles, right? I'm not saying you need to discount struggles. What I'm saying is you need to discount the difficulty of those struggles. Which brings me to my next point. I mean, nowadays we have this microwave society, whereas everyone just wants it easy. Don't even let me get started on the obesity epidemic that we have in our society. Look, if that gets me demonetized, I don't even think I am monetized, but if that gets me demonetized for being honest, then so be it, But in this world, in this society that we live in, predominantly the Western society, allowing us to even have this kind of privilege, to even complain about things being difficult. Newsflash, there are tons of people that live in this world that live hard ass lives. Like, you think your life is hard because you have to wake up early and you have to go to a job that you don't like, and you got to hustle for minimum wage. Bruh, there are people that don't have that option whatsoever. School will never be an option for them whatsoever. A job, minimum wage, clothes, shit like that will never be an option for them. So we have such a privilege to be able to complain about these things. And that's part of the reason why a lot of people aren't really achieving much in this Western society. It's almost as if all the heroes have done their hero shit and there's just no other missions to complete. No one's necessarily taking on anything that's society driven or societal driven, if that, makes any sense. I do believe that learning the concept that life inherently is difficult will pave the way for just about any goal you want to achieve. I mean, outside of technology and outside of all the advancements we've made in life, what is the current state of man? Fucking poverty and starving and fighting for his life day in, day out. Just think about our ancestors for a second, right? It's not like they had an Amazon Go store where you could just walk in, grab some shit and leave and get your account charged. They were literally fighting for their fucking lives. So it's important to drive that imperative home that at the end of the day, no matter how difficult you think life is, and I know this cliche is super used, but someone else has it way more difficult than you do. Life is not meant for living mildly. Look, man, I'll tell you a story. So my brother Didier, rest in peace, miss you, Brody. He passed away in 2011, right? So he was a gun violence victim. He was shot in the head. He was in the wrong side of town. What he was actually doing was fucking around with someone else's girl. And that's a whole nother topic for another day, which I'll talk about. But, there's just a lot in life. A lot of my experience comes from not necessarily me fucking up, but seeing other people fuck up. But he passed away, and when he passed away, I was only 17, right? So the last time I ever seen my brother was after an argument. I had eaten a sandwich. I was so fat when I was younger. I was just eating anything and everything in the house, right? So I was eating the sandwich, ate a sandwich, he got pissed, whatever. We got into an argument in the afternoon. He came back that evening, and, you know, we made up and we were talking. And at the time, he was really into music. So he was very, like, driven to make music. He was very focused on trying to provide us a better family, which is some son husband shit, unfortunately, which is something else I'll talk about. But it was admirable because, you know, my brother grew up in Haiti, moved to France, you know, and then he faced a lot of bullying because he was short. He was one of those short dudes. Nothing against short dudes, but he was a short guy, 5'6". And, you know, he had a chip on his shoulder. So a lot of times when he was moving through life, it was very aggressive. And unfortunately, to make a long story short, he got into a confrontation with this girl's, I guess, like ex-boyfriend at the time. I didn't know the definite status of the relationship. I just knew my brother was fucking with this girl. And he, you know, my brother proceeded to fire off insults, and he took his index finger and pointed it in this guy's head, and then he just lost it. He pulled out a gun and, you know, and he shot him. And that taught me a lot at a very young age. And since then, my life has been focused on just trying to build myself in the best way possible. And I've gone through my own ups and downs, but I think I'm finally at this point to where I've gone through my hero's journey, and it's time for me to give back. So that's what this YouTube channel is also about. But I wanted to use that story to encompass that, man, ever since that point, life has never been easy. Like, financial aside, sure, whatever, money is fine. But from a mental standpoint and just understanding that I'll probably never hear my brother's voice ever again outside of, like, the music that he's made, c'est la vie, Shirley. You know, like, what else are you going to do? You just got to keep on trucking on. So life is not meant to live mildly. You know, put the fucking pedal to the metal, get it going. You know, don't wait. Like, do you really want to wait when you're like 80, 85 to be like, oh man, what a life. I wish I did this. I wish I did that. No, man, that's pointless. That's absolutely pointless. Don't put yourself in that kind of position. It's not worth it. Like, go outside and touch grass. So many of you just stay inside and shit. You don't have to have friends. You could, like, you know, do shit alone. But just understand that there is effort that must be put into life. Greg Plitt, one of my role models, he said something very great once. Sweat equity will always be the defining factor between achieving your goals and not getting there at all. And that's true, because sweat equity, when you put in the effort, you put in the work, you see how far you can go. And life will take you very far, so long as you're dedicated, you're consistent, and you're organized. And then also, not to mention that you're putting in the effort, right? So those were just some things I wanted to share that are on top of the mind. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And, you know, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me, what do you think? Like, do you think life is meant to be easy? You know, do you want an easy life? Try to give me a counter argument. I'm very curious to hearing your thoughts, ladies in germs. So until next time, this is your boy Serge Roy. Peace out.